Hey, welcome back. This is Tom, and it's Tom's Radio Room Show. And as I mentioned a couple of shows ago, I'm kind of branch out a little bit and talk about gadgets in general, electronic gadgets. And this time we're going to talk about a gadget that's not new, but it's always fascinated. These have been out probably 10 years. And of course, what's happened, which has happened in a lot of these devices, these electronic devices, is China has built one, and it's very expensive. This one originally, not this one, but this kind of device, originally sold for about $50. Let me zoom in a little bit so you can see what it is. And it's a multi-tester of electronic components, and it's amazing what it does. And like I say, it's not a new concept. It's been out for quite a while. It's been out since the microcontroller has been out, where you can program this little device to do various functions. This one will test components. And like I say, it sold for about $50 several years ago. This one is only $13.90 from Amazon. I got it in my Amazon store if you want to purchase one. And they come in various forms, and they have various functions. They're mostly about the same. This one, and this is one of the latest ones, has this zero insertion device right here, which I'll tell you what that means if you don't know. Most of you probably know. Most of you probably know about this device because there are hundreds of YouTube videos about this device, because it fascinates people what it can do. And I finally got one, and I'm just going to briefly show it to you because you can view some of those other videos, and they're much better than mine's going to be. The ideal thing about this one, not only the price, typically right now they're about $25, and like I say, this one's $13.90, I believe, on Amazon. This one comes with these test leads. So if you have a device that's not easily compatible, what the heck does that mean? You can't put it in this little test fixture easily. That's what I'm trying to say. Maybe it's too big. So you got these little test leads that will plug in these holes here and then extend your capability of testing a device. I shouldn't have to use that for the few things I'm going to test this morning. So it will analyze, I call it analyzer. It will analyze a device that you plugged in and tell you what it is and tell you some of the characteristics. I have no idea how it works, but it's pretty impressive. So it's powered by, and this one is powered by a 9-volt battery. Comes with this little battery case, and you plug in your 9-volt battery, powers the device. Got a pretty good sized little display. Whew, I am just destroying the English language today. Okay. Anyway, it's got this display. It's nice, easy to read. It's not real big, but it's big enough. Okay. So you can put in things like diodes and capacitors and even LEDs, transistors, and it will tell you what it is and the characteristics. I can't believe it. I think it's one of those black balls they used to have where you'd turn it upside down and you'd ask a question and you'd turn it back up, and then it would pop up in this little bubble window an answer which was very generic and make it seem like it was smart. This is what this seems like. But if you watch some of the other videos, this is pretty good. It's pretty accurate. And we're going to just try a couple of devices this morning, and that's about it. So here we go. So you put the, let's put an LED, let's put this red LED, and the thing came with no instructions, not even the slightest piece of paper, nothing. It came with this, which has the battery holder attached, no battery of course, and these leads. That's it. So I'm not exactly sure where you plug things in, but the videos I've seen, you kind of plug them in just anywhere you want to. So I'm going to plug this. It's an LED. It's an old LED. I'm going to plug it in the first 2 pins. And then I'm going to lock this down. That locks it in place. Nice little contraption they came out with over the years. And then this is the on-off start test. Now, there are some more expensive ones that have a couple of buttons. One is a power button and one is the test button. And then you can change things like the contrast and stuff like that. I think you can change some of the functions or setups or settings. I have no instructions, so I don't know. And I think what you do is maybe you press and hold this button and it goes into setup mode or something. I don't know. Since it only has one button, I'm not sure what you can do. Okay. So here we go. So I'll press it. Comes on. Very bright display. Oops, it's not showing up too well. Okay, let's start that over and see if I can zoom in. Maybe I can get the lighting a little better. Boy, that display is bright. Ooh-wee, it doesn't show up. Okay, stand by 1 second. Let me turn some lights off and see if that helps. No, that didn't help. Wow, this is... I know what I should have done. I'll see if I can do it now. No, I can't. It did. We'll see what happens when we try it again. Oh, boy, that's bright. Now, how did those other people get their camera to show this? Oh, this is so bright. Let me try turning some more lights off. Not my day. Just not my day. Stand by. That helped nothing. Maybe I need more light. Let me try turning on more light. Stand by. I'm getting there. Turn it back on. There, I helped a little bit. That helped a little. There we go. Whoa. I do need to work on my lighting here in my workshop as far as taking videos. The problem is I can't talk. Sorry. Jeez, I am having a terrible day. Where was I? Boy, am I going to lose a lot of subscribers. Okay, let me start. What I was about to say is, and let me zoom out for a second and I'll show it to you, is I got this mat. I really like this mat. And it makes my videos look professional. What a joke that is. But it's shiny and it's reflective. So I've been using, instead of my overhead lights that give me pretty good lighting, except it's too much, I've been using lightings kind of around the room to cut down on the reflection. And as you can see, when I do that, I don't have adequate lighting. So I'm going to zoom back in here. And now that I've got those overhead lights on, and if I zoom in, you don't see the reflection. So it's okay. So let's start all over. So we're going to test this LED. So I push the button to test. And it comes up, it says it's testing, checks the battery voltage, and then it says between pins 1 and 2 is a diode. And it says, which you probably can't see, it says some of the characteristics of the diode. Capacitance in the UF, capacitance is 26 picofarads, and the UF is 3.28 volts. Now, and it gives you a diagram which shows you the polarity of the diode as it is inserted right now. So let me show you something. So I'm going to push test again. And there's no on-off button on this one. That's why it's only $13 again. So you can see the polarity of the diode right now. So the diode is facing that way. So I'm going to let it turn itself off. I don't think you have to wait. I think once it's done the test and giving you the test results, the socket now is inactivated, so you won't damage the device by pulling it out. So I'm going to pull the device out, and I'm going to just turn it around and see if it detects that now the polarity is different. Okay, we'll test it again. And yes, the polarity now has changed. So it gives you the polarity of the diode plus some parameters about the diode. In this case, it's a diode. This thing's amazing. It is amazing. And it shows you pins 1, 2, and 3 in this case. 1 and 2 is the ones I used. So I'm going to unplug it, put that aside, and we're going to try what I think, okay, we already tried it. The LED is basically a diode. So we're going to try this capacitor. The capacitor is marked, it's marked 220 microfarads. So we're going to stick it into just 2 random pins here. There is, get this in there. Now the way this socket is set up, there's 3 pins on the top, or 3 sockets I'll call it, on the top and 3 on the bottom, and then there's a separation, and then there's 4 more and 4 more. So I don't know if you have to have, I don't know, there's no documentation. So I just plugged it in the top upper one here and the third one over on the bottom. See what happens. Turn it on, it's testing. And it's taking a little while there. And it says, it shows a symbol for a capacitor, and it says it's connected between pins 1 and 3. And its value, I'm sorry for my throat, its value is 253 microfarads. And as I said, this one's marked 255. Pretty darn good. And it had, whoops, it went off. And it showed some other parameters. Dun, 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 dun. The ESR is 0.31 ohms. The V loss is 1.9%. The V loss is 1.9%? That's amazing. Just totally amazing. Okay, so let's try one more device, and we'll take this one out. And that was, let me see. I think this is a polarized capacitor. Let me put this back in there, so if it indicated anything like that. So I'm going to screw up here. I'm going to put it in pins 1 and 4 to see what it does. If nothing else, this is $14 worth of entertainment for me. Okay, let's see if it barfs because I didn't put it in the same section. Yeah, it tells me no, comma, unknown or damaged part. So I don't have it connected in this device right. That was my guess. My guess was where that separation is on the socket here is I have to plug it in those 6 pins or those 8 pins. So let me unplug it. Now, most of these different prices don't come in a case. If they do come in a case, they're quite they're a lot more expensive. You know, we go from $14 to $35, and it does basically the same thing, but it's got a case on it. So, and it's the form factor is such that you might not be able to easily find a case. If you're lucky enough to have one of those 3D printers where you can print things, you could probably print a case for it. Okay, so I moved it back to where it should be, and let's see if it gives me, I want to see if it gave me polarity. No, it does not show. Now here's the capacitor symbol, and it doesn't show any polarity. So I don't know if that's a mistake, or let me take it back out again. Trying to really, it's got a symbol on here of a minus. And I think this is an electrolytic capacitor, so it would therefore have polarity. This didn't indicate any polarity. Okay, let's try one more thing, and this is I believe it's a power transistor used in a little amplifier circuit. So we'll just plug it in 1, 2, 3, lock it down, and we'll see if it knows what it is. Here we go. It's like a little lottery machine. Boom, it's already got it. It says it's an NPN transistor. Even tells you the type. Shows you what the connections are. Pin 1 is the base. Pin 2 is collector. Pin 3 is the emitter. And it gives you some characteristics. The HFE is 96. And the capacitance, the UF, I don't know what that is. I've forgotten all that stuff. Is some number, whatever, it's gone now. So anyway, I thought I'd show you this little device. It's fascinating. I mean, like I say, I got my $14 worth just playing with it. Probably me personally, I'll probably never use it. It'll check resistors also. It'll check inductors. A wealth of things it'll check, all kinds of electronic devices. If nothing else, it's a nice little quick tester. You know, if you got an LED, for instance, and like this is unknown condition, you can plug it in this little device, and as you saw, and I'll show it to you one more time, and then that's it. Plug it back in here. Hit the test. It even lights the LED. It lights it a couple of times. And one gentleman on his show said that what it was doing is it was checking the polarity by reversing the power to this LED. And that's why you see it come on twice, because it reverses it, and then it reverses it back. And then it gives you the readings and the polarity of the LED. I guess I'm easily amused. But you can get this from my Amazon store. This particular one comes in this form factor. Doesn't have as many options as far as setting the contrast and stuff like that that more expensive one does. But it comes with these little test leads, and I'll show you just quickly, which you use to extend it. So if you've got a big device, or you've got a device that you want to test that's down someplace that you can't get to it easily to put it in the tester, use these little test leads, and you plug them in here, and then that extends the lead capability, so you can have the device over here someplace away from this, so in case you can't get the leads of the device you want to test down in the socket. That's the idea. So this particular one comes with these. Other ones that are even more expensive but are basically the same thing don't come with these. So check my Amazon store. The link is down below the description in this video, and you don't have to buy it from my store, but at least you can go there and see what it is. If you buy it from my store, then I get a small commission, which I can buy these little toys with. I got this from Amazon, of course, and show it to you. Anyway, that's the show. Thanks for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.